Coming to you live from Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's a bunch of fucking idiots.
Fuck you.
Speak for yourself.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It is episode 37 of the Backstage podcast. I am one of the mini hosts here. I am gunkPunk's. With me, as always, I have my lovely co-hosts. Going as I see on my screen, and you, the viewers on Facebook and YouTube, will see directly above me. This week, I'm going to have him say his name himself because it's pronounced a certain way.
It's Arkumal, Defender of the Lungi.
That's right. Then we've also got DaddiLlama.
I'm not amused.
Not amused, okay. And we've also got Clutch Lucky down there. Can't forget about him.
Beans.
All right. This week is episode... Damn it. So...
Swallow it.
Well, this week is episode 37. He got that juice, boy.
Got that juice, boy.
Let's get weird.
Okay, so hold on before we get fully into it.
Okay.
The reason this podcast episode is named that.
Uh-huh.
We have meetings every Monday.
Yes.
To talk about the fuckery that goes on here. We were previewing some of the stuff for Clutch's cover corner, and I was gonna say he's got the stuff, boy, but I was reading the back of a can and it said contains 1% juice, and I just ended up being like, he got that juice, boy. And I was like, that's it. How did a fucking millennial create a Gen X term?
Just happens.
Very carefully. We're losing brain cells as they keep multiplying.
Fucking slapping in, bro.
So I want to take a second. We're going to do some different topics here. I do want to shout out, I know DaddiLlama is streaming live on Twitch.
Yeah.
So everybody say hi to Twitch on DaddiLlama's end.
Hi,
Fuck you pieces of shit.
And then I do believe Clutch is also... Is
Daddy,
yours
I'll
up?
send you something.
Yep. I'm on
Okay.
board.
Okay.
So right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this
I want
on
your
Clutch's
approval before it goes
Twitch.
into general.
If you're watching this on Clutch's Twitch.tv or his Kick, he is simultaneously streaming this podcast live right now. So hi, everybody.
Hello.
And it looks like you got is that a Ben TV shirt on? Are you wearing that
I
again?
do.
Yeah.
I have 3 of them, so fuck off.
Hey, that's fine. Ben TV is another streamer. Definitely go check him out. He makes a lot of good content there. Something is happening in the Discord right now, and
What is happening in the fucking Discord right now?
what the
What?
Fuck you. fuck you and the horse you fucking rode in on, you son of a bitch.
And it's
Oh my
only
God.
one of many to come.
Oh my god. Anyways, weird shit's happening in our Discord. Anyways, it is episode 37, guys. We've been doing this for 37 weeks. How we're still here. Do you guys keep coming back? So I want to thank you all. We do have our usual viewer at home. Zach is watching us. Zach Parsons, for those of you questioning. He said, I got the juice, boy. He said, fuck, he beat me. That makes me twitchy. And did the Brian holding a martini glass. So there we go.
Got that
Hello,
juice,
Pecker.
boy.
And yep, we got Pecker over in Daddy's chat. All right. So this week we're gonna. This week we're.
Just tastes like a McDouble. I'm hungry again.
Well, you sound like a McBitch. I'm
About to
sorry.
go take a McPower dump here in a minute, dude.
This week we're gonna start off with our celebrity Deadpool. As always, as you all know, if you have been watching this show for a while, we have our own celebrity death pool of musicians that we're keeping track of. Just kind of a refresher for everybody. This would be the episode we would pick. However, Gnome, unfortunately, is not with us this week. He is home
He's
sick.
sick.
But that's fine.
It's free real estate.
God
Christ.
damn it. Anyways, so we will be repicking all of our celebrities probably next week. I don't know.
because I won't be here.
That's
Should
right.
I post that? Should I post that thing to the dinner table?
Daddy won't be
No.
here, and I possibly won't be here.
So it may be middle towards the end of the month before we do our repick of Celebrity Deadpool. But right now, as it stands, Daddy is the only one with a point.
Fuck you guys.
I don't obviously
Cheater.
as
Yes,
She
I
poisoned
went
him.
out of my way and hunted Tony Bennett down and smothered him with a pillow.
Poisoned his
clip that.
water.
Someone clip that.
Dude, that's okay. At least I'll get my 5 minutes of fame.
God damn it.
All right.
As
Well,
long as like fucking Bob Dylan vacates this earth, I'll be happy.
right now, as it stands, as far as any of us are aware, nobody in our Celebrity Deadpool has died or been severely hospitalized. I know there have been updates with Bruce Willis becoming almost nonverbal at this point because of his medical condition, but he is still
He's on
kicking.
my list.
Non-verbal.
He's on my list.
He's not been hospitalized and he is not dead,
But
so he's still
man,
kicking.
If he goes, Daddy's.
Any
about to
update on Steven
fucking
Tyler?
reign supreme.
Is there?
Still
Hold
looking
on.
like someone's lesbian aunt.
I am pulling tab over here. Steven Tyler.
That was the weirdest burp I've ever produced.
It didn't even pick up.
It said it did. Whoa. Oh shit! What the fuck is going on here? Okay. It said it did. I saw
Okay,
it pick up and
so
it sounded like someone scuffing a sneaker.
looking here. He's seen a doctor, but no hospitalization. But he has received strict doctor's orders not to sing for the next 30 days. He
Damn.
sustained vocal cord damage during a show that led to subsequent bleeding.
Fucking about to bust one of them hemorrhoids, dude.
Should we give him the half a point for this? Because, I mean,
Technically, it took him off tour. I
Yeah,
still give him
and-
half point.
was he hospitalized for it? I feel like he might have been, and we just missed it. Fuck
I
it.
don't think he was, but it did interrupt his life.
All right. Well, now it stands. Daddy's on the point with one on the board with a point. Kl7ch is now on the board with a half a point.
New rule. Because of that. So, if they get hurt, it causes a tour cancellation.
Mm-hmm.
Has to be a tour. Can't just be one show. Half a point.
Okay.
Because technically that is almost like hospitalization.
I'm good with that.
All right. So as it stands right now, Daddy and Kl7ch are the only ones on the board with points. Wish Ramos says, "Nice shirt, AJ."
Yeah, I know.
What does that say? Hello Kitty?
I met the lead singer for this band. He sucked. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
Guitarists are pretty good though.
I don't know, man. I've heard that what's that guy's name? Not Eric, the other guy.
Oh, fucking Elvis Presley.
Yeah, that fucking guy. Welcome in, Wish Ramos. Hope you enjoy the podcast. All right, so that is going to be. He said they aight. All right, so that is going to be our Celebrity Deadpool. Just kind of checking in on that. So we're going to go ahead and jump into our first
Man.
official segment here.
I still want to make that T-shirt. I want to make that T-shirt with fucking, what was it, Keenan, when he's in the fucking bathtub from All of That,
Oh yeah.
and then on the back it says like, "Welcome to my cheese pit, Pablo."
Jesus. With that, I'm going to throw up the transition to get us started. All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
So I'm gonna state this now before he gets to say anything. Gunky, you gotta quit having such a memeable face, dude.
What do you want me to do? You want me to start wearing a fucking mask?
Babe,
No,
I'm
I was
sorry,
gonna say-
but
I was
they've
gonna say
made
shave,
memes
but
of
it
you
would just
for
make it
long
worse.
time.
I know. There's always gonna be fucking
They're gonna be-
memes.
They're gonna be
Oh.
etched in stone tablets.
You remember the gecko on your head?
Yeah, I know. I've been making
that
memes.
Was a meme.
Oh, I know.
Wait,
I
there's a
made
gecko?
I made a meme of myself from 10 years ago. And it's still I think I removed it from my Facebook. I don't know if it's still there.
Oh, came out of the side hole.
God damn it. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for AJ's Slap Happy Corner. This is when he goes on a rant about something that's pissed him off or thoughts.
Don't ever fucking tell people that. I just talk about shit, dude. Yeah, one thing that does piss me off, why can't you just buy fucking horns anymore? I don't like these. I wanted them to turn up. It looks like my horns have fucking ED. Like it was like you'll probably see the band. I just wanted them to be like that. But no.
You know they have a
Fucking-
fix for that.
Yeah, I can't stuff little blue pills in this thing 24/7.
No, you just take the little blue pill and work it from
Dude.
there.
I've got something to ask when we're off air. 'Cause
Oh,
I
no.
don't
Oh
fly.
no.
I wonder if there's a video out there, someone putting frozen peas in it and shooting them out. That's what I'm wondering. Dude, no, you know what's pissing me off right now the most? Like, the most, and I know it's pissing everyone else off? The fucking construction in Tulsa. Goddamn, dude. Eat my ass. Fucking hell. Like fucking... I'm driving back. Clutch, where you going? Driving back. Driving back from my last job, right? 4:15. I'm like, hell yeah. You know, it's a decent day. We'll get back. It'll be like 4:30, 4:35. I already had to show up early for a meeting, so that makes up for that time. Get a nice full day. Still get to get off early. Why did I spend 45 minutes in one fucking lane? Dude,
Which highway?
Oh.
Which highway?
fucking, I think it's 169.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which
Where?
area? Northbound?
Fuck if I know, dude. I'm driving it. That's it.
Towards Owasso or away from Owasso?
Towards.
Yeah.
Yep. There was a dozer that was, I think, was it turned over?
No, that was earlier this morning. It was a concrete truck.
Yeah. No, it's that
And they got that guy out okay. He's safe.
That highway right now from 21st or just before 21st
buddy.
all the
This was
way
backed
to
up. This was backed up to the Sand Springs exit.
Oh, I know. But
Oh, it's so bad.
169 from 244, that overpass, all the way up to I-44, all that construction right there is making it complete hell.
Dude, it's like they decided to do all these major construction projects at one time this year.
They did.
And it's fucking annoying. Like, God forbid you try to get off of 169 on a Memorial.
Nope. Good luck.
No, fuck that. I go all the way down to Riverside or I go through fucking Jinx.
Wish Ramos said AJ looks like the oldest valet parker at Macaroni Grill.
It's fucking Cheesecake Factory, you asshole.
How many cars you taking for a joyride?
None. My ED prevents me from having fun.
He said earlier you could take hymns for that, but you know.
What about hers?
I mean, if you want that extra estrogen, that's on you.
Get some
Give it
boobies.
Astro.
Get them titties
But-
going.
But they're already there.
Where's
I
your
was
fucking
waiting-
bra?
I don't need one. My nipples don't get that erect.
Oh, okay.
Yet.
I'm incognito. Dude, no, it's fucking cold as shit. Fuck this stuff.
Oh
Already
God.
fucking morning.
I don't know if I can read that. I don't know if I can read that.
I'm going. I'm looking. Was it Chris? Was it Chris?
It was Wish Ramos. I don't know if I'll read the last part. He's got the fat tits of a baby. But I ain't reading the first part of that
My
comment.
God.
God damn. That's you motherfucker. Okay, so I'll say it. So Facebook, you can mute me, you fucking pieces of shit. He said he's got the glasses of a child molester and the fat tits of a baby.
Oh my god.
Succulent morsel.
Oh god.
Oh man, this show's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, since we're on my corner now,
Yep.
fuck traffic. Fuck people who don't know how to drive, because that was the reason. So let me tell you this. 169 was actually flowing really well between fucking, it's like 412 and past. But it was because some douchebag kept trying to get over and kept pushing cars into another lane and then getting back, trying to get onto that 412 exit. And then down the road, some dingling decided I was going to play on my phone while I'm in fucking heavy ass traffic and eat the ass end of a really nice car.
Oof.
Yeah. So that was that. Fuck you, idiot drivers. Use your goddamn turn signal.
Yep.
I got a turn signal that's out, and it's fucking like 29 degrees. I roll my window out and do fucking hand signals. For
Feel that.
Christ's sake. Jesus fuck my ass. Anyway. So. Shit show's coming up this weekend.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So.
But AJ, what is
Giggity.
the shit show?
The shit show is a local showcase that me and Caleb here, or Gunk or James or whatever people
James.
know him as. Your mama.
Nah,
Anyway.
bitch.
We have. Well, he started the idea and then he roped me into it.
Bitch.
I wouldn't say rope. He talked to me. He was like, "Hey man, I want to start doing a local music showcase." I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's fucking do it, man."
He
Boom.
just caressed them nuts, and you were on board. Yeah.
Just a nice little
It's more like a
scoop.
gentle. It was a gentle caress.
Mhm.
Now, if we're talking
Softer
about
than a doctor's
Storm's
hands.
thigh,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
But anyway, the shit show, also
Mhm.
known as the Super Hits in Tulsa.
For those
Thank
who
you,
want to be
Drunken
politically correct.
So I'm going to use part of my corner to explain how it got its name and how it began.
Oh boy.
So it smells like dirt in here, and I don't know why, and I'm kind of concerned. Anyway,
It was a firm grasp.
firmly grasp it.
firmly grasp it. Anyway, so the shit show, or the Super Hits in Tulsa, is a local music showcase that usually, I say usually because my band had to miss a year,
Mm-hmm.
and Kayla's band, things happen. So,
No longer
Usually-
doing anything, so.
yeah. So, we usually come together and put this on. It's usually our two bands.
Yep.
And 2 to 3 bands that haven't ever played like a bigger venue or don't have a lot of like
Following.
pull with their name around here. So we try to get them on shows with us because people know our bands and they like our bands. They come to see us almost every year and never fails. It doesn't matter if it's his band's fans, my band's fans, they all come when it starts if they can, because we
Yep.
understand with work and all that. And usually end up leaving a fan of one of the other bands that we bring along with us. It's
If not
always
all.
fun. We always try to do it at the Vanguard. The first year was at the first shop. After that's been the Vanguard ever since.
Yep.
It makes it a lot of fun for us because then everybody can bring anyone.
Yep.
All ages venue. It's a lot of fun. The language may not be all ages, but
Far from it.
It never is.
it
No.
never is. But it's a concert. What do you
Yep.
expect? I usually say fuck at least 15 times, and then I feel bad afterwards because I'm like, I saw a 4-year-old standing out there. And I'm pretty sure on the way home, they're going to be like,
Yep.
so That is what the shit show is. It's a local showcase of musicians, 2 bands that people usually know.
Yep.
That are from around here. There's been a few years we had a couple bands that have a lot of pull to their name, but it's always 2 to 3 bands that no one's really heard of. And we try to do,
newer bands to the area. Sometimes we get some older bands. It really varies.
yeah, it all depends on, who says yes. Really.
Yep.
But that's what we do. We put that on every year. This is the 4th year it's happening. So if you're interested in that, tickets are $15. I started doing it a certain way because last year I sold a few tickets myself, but the people that wanted the tickets didn't live in Tulsa, but they wanted to come to the show and they wanted to get the discounted price because, from what I've heard, some of the Vanguard shows have changed. So some of the prices are a little more expensive than when you get them at the door. But as far as I understand, they're going to be $18 at the door. But if you
Yes.
get them from the bands, which we will probably post on our page, you can look at my band's page, his band's page. We've all posted about it and we've all tagged every single band that's playing. Every
Yep.
person, every member of those bands has tickets. You can buy them $15. You can get them $3 cheaper. I know it's not a lot, but it's a beer.
Hey, that's $3 for a beer, a soda, a water, or even merchandise from the bands that are performing.
We have Harakiri guitar picks now that we toss a few of them out, but
Hell
if you're not lucky enough to like snag one as it comes around and you want one, we sell them for $1. You can come grab one for $1 and just know that that's going to help us get more stuff. So when you come see us next time, you can buy, I don't know, maybe a cool shirt like this one. We'll have these there. It has our new logo on the front. It's got shit on the back. It says something with fuck on it. And but yeah, that's what we do.
May I jump in
And
here?
with fucking yes.
It's about the shit show. So this year's lineup for the shit show, AJ and I sat down and he handpicked some of it. I handpicked some of it, and we got this amazing lineup for you guys.
I had to get my boys.
It is this Saturday night, so this video will be live on YouTube Friday. If you're watching this on YouTube Friday, Saturday night, November 4th, in downtown Tulsa at the Vanguard, you can see the following bands live. Hit up one of the bands. Get a ticket for $15. Save that $3. We're going to have the Red Letter Zealot. This is going to be their second show in Tulsa. Their second show ever. It's a father-son duo. They're amazing. They're really good at what they do. We've got the Bad Jokes.
Who the lead singer used to be.
Oh, yeah. So Red Letter Zealot's front man, the guitarist / singer, used to
He has been on here before.
He has been on here before. Shua. He was the original front man for Kicktree. This is him and his son doing their music now. We've got the Bad Jokes. We've had them on here. You guys got to hear their music.
Dudes.
They are great people. They're very entertaining on stage. We've got AJ's friends, Terror in the Hidden City. We have had them on here. You've gotten to hear their music. They've released singles for everybody to listen to. We've got my group, Off Division. We just released an album for everybody to listen to. We've got Harakiri. They're headlining. They have been a staple of this event every year except last year. But that was
Lost my voice.
That was a one-off situation. We couldn't control that.
I sounded like a squeaky toy who lost his squeaker.
Yep. But on top of that, all 5 of us podcast hosts are going to be there.
Yup.
If you guys want to meet us in person, say hi. Tell us what you truly think about the podcast.
You want to meet us in person and hear what we play live?
Yeah.
Me and Kl7ch don't do nothing live. We just talk shit.
She handles the merch.
She does
Kl7ch handles penises.
Dude, right now I really don't do jack shit.
She doesn't
It's
handle
kinda
merch this time.
nice.
Yeah, no, we handle the merch ourselves this time.
Okay, I'm leaving this podcast.
Dude, no, it's nice for me because I don't have to sit there and guard the merch. I don't have to sit there and guard the money. I can actually stand up and enjoy the show for once.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey,
And,
wait, does the merch booth have a seat?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
I'm in a boot. I can sit there all night.
I got you. I got you. When we get there, I'll snag the table that I normally do.
like I was gonna say before I was politely interrupted.
I like that, politely interrupted.
I started doing a thing last year for when I personally get reached at for ticket sales.
Yep.
If you have any sort of app, money transfer app, like Cash App and
App,
Venmo,
Facebook are the ones.
Venmo.
PayPal.
Yeah, those are the ones I usually get asked for. If you want to go and you know for sure you're going to go, because it is a pain in the ass to give refunds.
Yep.
You can find me if you need to. If you just like, you're like, hey man, I won't be able to come get a ticket until you're at the show. You know, sometimes that's hit and miss. I don't know if I've already turned my tickets in. Usually, if I still have my tickets on hand, they're totally cool with us going outside, giving you guys the discounted tickets. They just want people to come in and see the show. That's all they want. So even if it's like day of the show, last second, hey man, I'm at the door. Have you turned the tickets in yet? No, I haven't. I'll be right out there. How many do you need? Or hell, I can even go talk to him and be like, hey, I need like 5 tickets. I got like 5 people outside the door that really need tickets. I'm going to go sell them to them real quick and I'll bring you the cash. But I did this for a few friends that lived outside of town. I will accept the payment, Facebook, Cash App, whatever. And I will write your name on the ticket.
Yep.
And put ask for ID. So when you come in to show your ID to drink, anyway, if you're going to drink, show your ID, be like, hey, AJ from Harakiri saved me a ticket up here. And I will write it down however you send it to me. So that makes it, if it makes it a little easier on people, then so be it. Also, I drive around a lot for my job, and I don't think they'd be too mad if I made a quick 5-minute pit stop to be like, hey, here's your ticket. All right, I gotta go.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So if you happen to want to know if I'm in your area on a certain day, because you have tomorrow all day.
You've got tomorrow and Friday, and then Saturday
And then
you have until, I would say, 3
early
p.m.
Saturday. I would say
2?
the last time we got to hold our tickets until, because
Right.
the show started at
I'm
the doors
giving...
open. The moment the doors open is usually when the tickets are in their hand and you
Yeah.
have to pay the door fee.
Well, I'm talking to give like you guys, because what time you have to be there for load in, giving you guys time to, okay, well, now we got to prep for load up and we got to get there.
See, last year we held our tickets the whole time until everything was done, and then like 30 minutes away from doors, he was like, hey man, can I get your guys' tickets? Because they let you hold them till like almost the last fucking minute. So just in case you forgot to write someone's name on one, or, you know, you gotta pull the cash out real quick because almost everything's digital anymore.
Yeah.
They'll usually let us hang on to them. I would say 6:30 at the latest.
Well, I'm also talking that time frame about 2 or 3 for delivery of tickets.
For delivery of tickets, I would probably say 2 or 3, because that would be around that time is when I'm trying to eat something and take a shower. So around 2:30 or 3, I'll probably be taking a shower. And if you need tickets, after I get out of the shower, get dressed and ready for the show, I can probably swing by really fast.
Yep. So
Yeah,
come
but
see us.
like we said, every single band has tickets. Every single member has tickets. If they don't, someone in their band does.
Yep.
Talk to them. See if they can do the same thing I do, where you just give them the money up front and they text the person holding their tickets is like, hey man, I sold the ticket. Write this person's name down on it. Tell them to show their ID at the door to get the ticket.
Yep.
The Vanguard's really cool about stuff like that, as long as you show up. I had one not show up, can't get a refund. It's a day of a show. Sorry, man. And I told them, hey, the next person that comes in to pay at the door, just give them that ticket.
Yep. So yeah, Saturday, November 4th. Doors at 7. Show starts at 8. Vanguard Tulsa. Come check it out.
The lineup, how's the lineup gonna go?
It's gonna be Red
we
Letter
want
Zealot.
to make sure everybody sees everybody. So this is the order from 8 o'clock when it begins.
Yep. It is Red Letter Zealot at 8 o'clock. You will then have the bad jokes at 8:45.
There are
You will-
15-minute changeovers.
There are 15-minute changeovers, so each band's going to get a 30-minute set. So at 8:45, the bad jokes will be going on. At 9:30, Terror in the Hidden City will be going on. At 10:15, Off Division. And then at 11 o'clock will be Harakiri. If say the bad jokes sold you a ticket, show up at 8. Support
Yeah.
Red Letter Zealot. If Terror in the Hidden City sold you a ticket, again, show up at 8. If my band Off Division, if we sold you a ticket, get there at 8. The whole purpose of this isn't for you to just come see our band. It's
You can
for
see
you
us
to
all the time.
Yeah, you can see us at any time. How often are we going to have a show like this where, like, the Red Letter Zealot, like I said, this is their second show. I think, when was their first show, babe? Was it last year?
Yeah, last December.
Last December. So December
Yeah,
to
it's
now.
almost been a full year since they've played another show.
So come see them. They are amazing live.
Yeah. And on top of that, like, they just putting it out there. If you were trying to see my band this year because your next year is booked, this is our last show of the year. After this, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but we didn't get enough practice time in. We're not going to be playing any of our new songs, even though they're super fucking cool and I wanted to. But we're going to whip out as many songs as we have, maybe some that we haven't played in like a year or two.
Nice.
So it's going to be fun. Come see us. It'll be the last show we have this year. We got another one all the way in like January, but no one wants to wait 2 months to see one of their favorite bands. Just come out and see us now and see some new bands, buy some new merch, have some fun.
Yeah.
It's cold. It's going to be hot as hell in there.
Oh,
Fucking-
hell yeah.
oh,
But you
Alright.
can vape in there.
there you can.
Is that all
Oh,
you got?
There
Oh.
is re-entry.
Yeah, it's free re-entry. Once you pay, you'll be good.
If you smoke cigarettes or something, as long as you don't take alcohol outside, you're good. Like if you're like, oh man, the band's badass. God, I could use a cigarette. You can walk out the front door, go have a couple smokes, come back in, grab a beer, and get ready for the next band, or go talk to the bands that are hanging out.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a local show. This isn't some fucking international touring band that immediately goes and hides in the green room afterwards. We're gonna be scattered everywhere.
Yeah.
And if you
Look for
become too
us.
close of friends with us, we're gonna be like ticks, and you're gonna be like, God, I should have never came to the show.
Ain't that right, Clutch?
Still can't get rid of AJ.
No matter how hard you try, I'm like a rectal wart. I'm just always there being a pain in the ass. But yeah, that does it for my fucking slap happy corner. Fuck people driving like idiots. Fuck fucking traffic. Fuck all this construction. Winter sucks. Christmas sucks. I'm ready for Halloween again.
Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
364.
that has been AJ's Slap Happy Corner, so let's play him out here.
Not November.
Huh? Okay.
Bitch.
Bitch.
No, November.
Oh, God. All right, let's go ahead and throw up our next transition here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our top 3. Now, before I play the sound clip, I will state this is not a usual music.
Real support heavy episode. I've realized because of the top 3 too. Even though these are mostly like bigger things, but still.
So before I play this, play our sound clip to start us, I will state I do know that Daddy has stated to me she will not be participating. I will explain why momentarily. So let's go ahead and play the top 3 intro.
It's time for this week's top 3, Queen.
So this week's top 3 is not actually music based specifically. This week it is actually podcasts that you should check out. So obviously, other than ours, a lot of some of us listen to podcasts regularly, and I think that's kind of what pushed a lot of this. But we ourselves do enjoy a good podcast here and there.
Almost daily.
except for Daddy. Daddy does not listen to podcasts, so she is not going to be
Because
involved.
she goes to sleepy big time.
Yep, she falls asleep listening to podcasts. I'm gonna start with reading off Gnomes since he is not here. And I know a lot of us have different podcasts that we listen to. Gnome's top 3 is Small Town Murders. It mixes true crime and comedy. His second one is Your Stupid Opinions. The same guys as Small Town Murders, except they make fun of people's reviews of shit. And then his last one is called Tales from the Stinky Dragon. It is a D&D podcast by Rooster Teeth.
I'll have to tell Ruth about that one.
AJ, I will let you go ahead with your first 3.
Well, all right. So my number one, because I listen to them, I've listened to every episode thousands of times, is Last Podcast on the Left. Love those guys. They mix comedy and true crime along with aliens and cryptids and just random ass shit.
Oh, yeah.
They're fucking great. 3 comedians. They just knock it out every time. Even though they just lost a member for certain reasons.
Wait, what?
I'll explain that after the pod because
Okay.
it's stuff going around. But they've replaced him with another person that is also very good
Okay.
and who's been there. He's been with the group for a long time. My second one, this is a fun one. This is a family-friendly podcast. Actually got my girlfriend to listen to it for a while. She still listens to it every now and again, and she's not a podcast listener. But these 3 guys are super entertaining. They're all dads. They're all sports fans and nerds. It's called the Spitballers. These guys talk about random crap. They're extremely family friendly. You can listen to them with your kids and get a huge laugh out of it. They're great. I always find myself laughing ridiculously loud when I'm listening to them. And then my third one is for me because I am a huge Destiny nerd. I listen to the Guardians of Lore. They read all of the lore cards in Destiny. And don't ever get into a conversation about Destiny lore with me because I will miss my entire band set.
Oof. You're good, Zach. We know you're still dealing with that stuff, but we're glad you're still here with us.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he already knows most of them. Okay. Is that your top 3 for right now? Besides your honorables? Okay.
Oh yeah. You want me to go ahead with the honorables?
Uh,
I mean, no one's gonna have them, so.
yeah, go ahead.
All right. I got Mr. Creepypasta Storytime.
Mhm.
He's a fantastic reader. He really puts life into the creepypastas. Some of them are great. Sometimes he does little spoofy episodes where he just reads the terrible ones that have become internet memes.
Yep.
Then there's one I didn't bring up when we were talking on Monday is Morbid. It is a niece and an aunt that get together. They talk about true crime. They're more serious about it. They do all kinds of stuff. They've had guest hosts on there where they talk about little short like mysteries and things like that, unsolved murders. They had Tobias Forge from Ghost on there and talked about Jack the Ripper with him.
Yeah.
Because apparently he is a huge Ripper fan. But Morbid podcast, they're very good. And then my last one as an honorable mention, because there's only so much I can listen to while I'm at work because I can't fully pay attention to it. It's called Destiny Lore Audiophile with a PH. They also read the lore, but they act it out. And they have several different voice actors from the Destiny community, like content creators and stuff like that, that all come in, voice different characters, and like bring these little texts that you read in the video game to life. And it feels like you're listening to like an action or drama or something like that on the radio, and it's fantastic. Like sound effects, background noises, all that stuff. It's fucking great.
Hell yeah. Zach, I think he was talking about more. That's not the Okie one, is it?
No.
Okay. All right. Kl7ch, let's have you go next.
Okay, I have only like 4, so
Okay, go ahead.
one that I listen to
Oh, I've got another. But I'll
very,
just throw it in
very
again.
frequently, the Joe Rogan Experience.
Oh shit.
And I love when he has comedians on there, but I think the ones that I like the most is when he gets the astrologers and everything of like extraterrestrial people on his show.
Those guys are fun.
Oh God, I can listen to them for days. You get lost in Destiny lore, I'll get lost in that shit.
Oh no, I'll get lost in that too.
There was an actual group that he had on there of they had their own podcast, and I can't remember the name of it because I didn't have it saved in my Spotify for some reason, and I'm still looking for it. So that's the number one that I listen to.
Mm-hmm.
It's Joe Rogan. If you haven't heard or know who Joe Rogan is, just go jump off a cliff, please.
Oh, gee. In game, it's all a joke. Don't take it seriously.
It's not a joke, Facebook.
Nobody's
God damn.
playing games.
Fuck.
Another one. I'm a sports fan, so I listen to the Pat McAfee show. Sports
Can't
ball.
stand that guy. Sorry.
Oh,
Sports ball.
I'm not a big fan of him either, but they do a good show.
God damn it.
That's
Zach.
what I've heard from sports fans. I've heard that, but I am just not a sports
Like
fan.
him just at a oh my God, Daddy, what the fucking you found them.
they were.
Where
my
were
bad.
they? Oh my God, Daddy.
Oh, and Zach said he'd float down that cliff. Joke's on you.
We all float down here.
Shit.
But yeah, Pat McAfee show. They all sports ball related, whatnot. And then my last one that I picked up probably in the last couple years is To Be Better. If you've seen them, they're on TikTok, they're on YouTube.
I'm just waiting for it to slip.
What? Oh, the bottle.
Oh, she's got a grip on it.
She's got 2 fingers and knuckles, okay? She's good. Their podcast is, communication, personal growth with traditional values.
Okay.
So, me as a person, I'm always about growth and probably more ways than one, but
Heyo.
that they just it's Chris is the guy and his wife. I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now. But they do just a phenomenal of being able to go back and forth and give you an outside perspective to a lot of different situations.
Nice.
And then my honorable mention is 2 Bears, 1 Cave.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
You gotta have fucking Tom and fucking Bert. Come on
Yes.
now. Just 2 comedians that are fucking hilarious.
100%.
And that's it.
Zach
I
is
got.
saying, chug, 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 I believe in you, tiny handy daddy.
Oh my God.
Tiny handy daddy.
Oh, God. All right.
It needs to be a shirt now.
Tiny handy daddy. Just a llama.
No,
with
you
itty-bitty-
need to have that tiny hand daddy, and then on the back, fingers with the hands on it.
So I'm going to start mine with a music-based podcast, and it's called Disgraceland.
Oh, I love Disgraceland.
If you've never watched it, this guy goes in and does a full history of artists. I remember one episode he did that wasn't. There was some fiction involved. It
Yeah,
was
and
it was
people
a
believed it.
Halloween-based episode of the Misfits about how a zombie breakout happened during the middle of one of their sets. But he goes in and he goes in and goes into the history of artists. I still remember listening to one about the Sex Pistols with Sid and Nancy and what happened to Sid Vicious. So I definitely love how in depth he gets with those stories and the backstory of the musicians themselves, everything leading up to the point, because a lot of the ones he's done are on musicians who's passed away. And I mean, hell, the one he did on Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love,
That was a really good one.
that was a really good one. And it's
Also, last podcast on the left did a Kurt Cobain, Courtney Love episode as well.
I'll have to look into that.
It's really good.
But yeah, definitely check out Disgraceland if you want to learn more about musicians who have passed and their history up to the point of their passing. It talks about everything there, and it's really good to listen to. I've got the Mr. Ballin podcast, which is a lot of true crime based stuff. I've got the No Sleep podcast, which is all based on the No Sleep subreddit. They have different people come in and do narrations of the stories. There is a series called The Undertow, and it's all different stories. There's different, I want to say there's like 6 maybe, and they'll do X amount of episodes per storyline, and then that's the end of the story, and then they start a new one. Definitely some ones to check out. There's Chilling Tales for Dark Nights. All horror stories. Obviously, I listen to a lot of horror stuff. And then, if you like comedy, there is a podcast that I was introduced to called Smartless, which is Jason Bateman, Will Arnett, and Sean Hayes.
I'll have to look into that one.
And it's the 3 of them, and they give each other so much shit throughout the entire podcast, and one of them brings in a guest. Nobody knows who it is until they introduce them, and then they just have fun with it. Yeah, it's interesting. I've listened to a lot of those episodes, and it's hilarious just to hear them go back and forth. They even had, I can't remember if it was Amazon or Netflix, they had a full, like, I don't know, I can't remember if it was a series or a movie that they did of them doing it live in front of a studio, in front of a full-on audience. So definitely some good ones to check out, but all of these were some really good choices of podcasts. So for you, our viewers, if you, besides ours, obviously, definitely check out some of these podcasts. Daddy, obviously, is one that if she listens to it, she'll probably fall asleep.
Yeah, I got one more to throw in. If you want more music podcasts, Marcus Parks from last podcast on the left does one with his wife, and
That's
it's called it's called No Dogs in Space. It's all music. They do long-winded episodes, so like if you want to get down into the nitty-gritty of like one of your favorite bands or something like that, just look through. I had James look through it the other night, and he saw a bunch of bands that he likes, and they do like, God, they had one episode, they did the Beastie Boys, and they did 6 parts of it, telling every single moment of their career.
Yep.
Like Marcus Parks, I have to shout out now. Marcus Parks is probably one of the best podcast hosts I've ever heard. This guy goes through hell and high water to find the most detailed stuff about anything he talks about. Like, you want to know something about a serial killer? Listen to the last podcast on the left, find your favorite one. The later episodes, the earlier episodes, they were more goofy and stuff before they started getting down deep into the research. But Marcus has had to go to therapy because he's gotten so deep into murders and the details of murders that it has caused him issues.
I don't doubt it.
Like, this man will sit there and stare at an autopsy photo to give you the most accurate representation of how those wounds happened.
It's pretty twisted. So.
Yeah, they're great too. And then they also have like just great levity with Ben and Henry. Like they'll talk
yeah.
about something brutal, and then Henry will bring up how it looks like an Arby's roast beef or something.
Zach said they were just at Criterion this year, so.
I
Oh, yeah.
know. I know.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was our top 3. So I'm going to play out our little top 3 song, and then we're going to move on here. So here we go.
It's time for this week's top 3 Queen.
R.I.P. Gnome.
R.I.P. Gnome. And here's our transition.
Like they said, R.I.P. Gnome. He ain't dead, but he ain't here.
So even though he's not here, we're still going to play his little intro theme for him.
This is
MIA
Gnome's recent releases.
He got lost in the grass.
He got lost in the grass. All right.
Stuck in the weeds.
So Gnome did go ahead and send me his list of recent releases that he wanted to bring up this week.
I think Gnome's a part of the Fagawi people.
So he's got John 5's newest single, The Ghost. We've got King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard's new
Wow.
album, The Silver Chord.
Those guys are so good.
We've got Dragon Force with a new single, Power of the Triforce.
I will have to listen to that.
We've got Dance Gavin Dance with a new single, War Machine. We've got Job for a Cowboy, their newest single, The Forever Rot.
Did it come out?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I don't give a shit what you talk about after this. I'm looking up.
Sun O with a new single, Evil Chuck. The way he spelled this, I don't know if it's supposed to be a smile or just Sun and then O. I don't know. And then Duran Duran came out with a new single /
What?
cover of Psycho Killer.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to listen to that.
Yep, definitely gonna have to check that one out.
I'm a Talking Heads nerd.
Does anybody have any other new
I
releases?
don't, but I have a comment from Pecker regarding the MIA of Gnome. He was mistaken for a child last night during or while he was trick-or-treating.
Yeah, they probably, yeah. Oh, Zach said the Beatles just released an old-ass song. I remember seeing something about Paul McCartney found an old recording that John Lennon had done, and that they were mixing it together to create a new...
The real
Or-
John Lennon.
Rather, Apple allowed them to with the documentary. Okay. So yeah, apparently the Beatles released a never-before-seen / released song. So definitely have to look that up. Am I allowed to?
What?
Throw in something?
Yeah. We all do.
I mean,
We know what you're
talked,
throwing.
we talked
Fucking
about
do it.
Harakiri,
Pussy.
so
Okay.
do it.
I am going to throw in a new release. It is the EP album from my band. We officially released it Saturday, the 28th. It is now available across all streaming platforms. So if you listen to Spotify, Apple, Amazon, I'm missing some.
Yeah. How about the name of the band and the album?
And YouTube. The band name is Off Division. You can look up
There you
the
go.
Turn Into EP. We have 6 tracks on there, including 1 cover song. The reason it took us so long to get it across streaming platforms is waiting for the license to come back for the cover. But definitely go check
iTunes.
it out. iTunes. Does iTunes even still exist?
I thought you said iTunes.
I mean,
it's just
technically,
Apple Music now.
yeah, it's just Apple Music.
Okay.
They listed iTunes on there, but I don't think they updated that. But Apple Music, yeah. So,
Because you were talking about iTunes the other night with Geo.
yeah. Because I was reading off the list, I think. So yeah, definitely go check it out. It is free to listen to. We had a lot of fun making it, so we hope you all enjoy it. Zach, I've been listening to it while writing today. It kept me fucking stable since I'm in pain. Well, I'm glad to hear it kept you stable, man. I hope you enjoyed it. I know you enjoyed listening to the track we played the other day, which
We need to get this man some edibles.
right? I will say for those of you who did watch the Off Division episode, the song you heard in that episode, we redid it, so the EP is going to sound different than what the YouTube video is. So we hope you enjoyed it. Any other recent releases that I am missing out on? I've read all of Gnome's list so far.
I've been kind of quiet.
Okay. I'm glad
Wait.
you loved it, Zach. Yes.
I talked about it a couple episodes ago, but I need to find one of the dudes that I've been listening to, Diggy Graves. He released a new song just a couple days ago, and it's called The Grim Weeper.
I'll have to check that out myself.
That one's
nice. All right. Alrighty, well, ladies and gentlemen, that has been...
This is Gnome's recent releases.
All right, time for us to go ahead and transition to the next segment here. Open your door. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time.
On this day in music history.
What do you got for us, babe?
a lot.
Oh, boy.
And I know there's going to be one on here that might make a couple of you mad. So I threw it in there just because.
Open the door. Go ahead. Sorry.
So 1962, Anthony Kiedis from Red Hot Chili Peppers is born in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Nice.
Nice. The best mumble singer to ever exist.
I don't know. It's a tough tie between him and Shaggy from the 90s.
Ooh. Yeah.
Nobody could understand that man.
By the way, Daddy Zach did say that's on his list for tomorrow. Thank you.
Oh, okay, good. As long as he's getting something.
Yep. Go ahead.
1976, Talking Heads signed with Sire Records. They were offered a deal a year earlier after making a splash on the CBGB scene, but wanted to wait until they were studio ready.
Nice.
1994, Mariah Carey's album Merry Christmas is released. By the end of the year, it has sold 3 million copies in America, becoming one of the most popular Christmas albums of all time. I know, I'm sorry, but I had to throw it in there.
I couldn't
'Tis the season.
Anyways, continue.
Another one in 1994, Nirvana's MTV Unplugged in New York album, taken from a performance a year earlier. It's finally released. The album tops the charts in US, UK, and Australia.
Real quick, so Zach with Anthony Kiedis said, too bad his anxiety makes him hard to hang with. Still one of my fave singers besides Jack Black. Kiedis, fucking so good. And then in regards to the Mariah Carey shit, played that damn song 500 times to troll his store last year, and he's going to do it this year too. Zach, you need to tell us when so we can be there for this.
Oh my god. And last one. This one I thought was fucking hilarious and very classic. 2005, Black Sabbath is inducted into the UK Music Hall of Fame. They were inducted by Brian May of Queen. The band performed that night, playing their famous song Paranoid at the ceremony, and fucking Ozzy, moons the crowd because he felt like they weren't rocking hard enough.
Hell yeah.
I remember that headline now.
Fucking
shit.
Ozzy is national treasure.
100%.
He cracks my shit up.
Nice.
Who drank all my beer? You're the beer thief.
He said, Zach said, such a pale moon, full moon even.
Yeah. Watch, that was right in my ears.
So for those of you on,
Fuck you, I
Fucking
clicked my
boot
own
her
button.
out, bro.
real quick, for those of you watching here on Facebook and YouTube, what just happened is Kl7ch did a jump scare to Daddy on her own Twitch. With
It
that,
didn't scare me. It was just really fucking loud in my ear hole.
with that, let's go ahead and transition here. All right. And it's time for...
This is Kl7ch's cover corner.
And so, Kl7ch, what was the cover song? What was the original song this week for covers?
The original song this week is Wicked Game. Is it Chris Isaak?
Yes.
Okay.
And so we've got Tenacious D, we've got
D.
Corey Taylor,
Of course.
we've got Kickin'
Always the D.
Nash, we've got him, we've got Daughtry, we've got from the Netflix show Lucifer, we've got Chris Clayford, I think is
Boy,
how
we
that's
got the juice.
I believe it's Clayford.
Clayford. And we've got Dax Andreas and apparently the Juice.
It might be Clawford.
It's
I don't know.
Swedish.
He's Swedish, yeah.
Yeah, it's Swedish. We don't know. So, Kl7ch, you can either go first or you can pick somebody else. It's your call.
Daddy, have the floor.
Ooh. Daddy
Okay.
gets to go first.
So, I won't lie. I did not know what the song was even like. I know the song once I heard it, but hearing it by name and the original artist had no clue what the fuck it was. I actually enjoyed this song, but after hearing the original again and then all of these covers, I will say number one is tied.
Ooh. We got a tie.
We do.
What do we got?
Corey Taylor's and Lucifer.
Okay.
Those two are tied.
I can see that.
Corey Taylor's voice when it's like acoustic set. I love how his voice comes off.
Yes.
And then knowing that that's really the actor from Lucifer singing
Oh, yeah.
gives me the warm fuzzies.
She got a female boner.
Yeah.
But like I enjoyed all of these, even the Swedish one. I was really confused how it started because it was just them talking and I didn't understand and I thought it was an ad.
You're like, where's the skip ad button? Where's the skip ad button?
What do we do? But no, I enjoyed all of them. I can't really rank the rest of them, but I will definitely say that Lucifer and Corey Taylor's is tied for number one.
Nice. Who's going to go next?
And I wish somebody would take this song and maybe go a little harder with it.
See,
Look, I'm getting there.
I'm going to hold my thoughts until it's my turn.
I think it might sound cool, like not just being acoustic.
Yeah. Well, did you listen to the hymn cover?
I did.
Okay.
I grew out of that phase.
Okay.
I
The
know
hymn
Bam
cover's pretty solid, but
I know Bam Margera never grew out of that phase, but I grew out of my hymn phase.
Bam Margera grew out of his jeans too.
That too. That bitch is big.
More and more looks like his dad every day.
Dude, right? I'm like, is that
Starting
Bam
to look
or
like
Phil?
fucking Don Vito.
Yo!
I can't
Alright.
get one eye to go this way, so
Babe, who's next?
AJ.
boy. So I love the original. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful song. Like sometimes I'll sit there and listen to that song on repeat because it's so fucking good. I gotta give it to the D. They're number one,
Yep.
always and forever. Uh, man, gotta give it to Swedish dude next because that boy got the juice.
He got the juice.
Man, it's so good. Like I sit there and listen
Juice.
to it. I let Ruth listen to it because she loves this song as well. She thought it was amazing. I did too. And Corey Taylor's number 3. I can't say anything on Lucifer because I've never watched the series and I didn't listen to it. So I can't say much on it. I might listen to it after this to see how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
I would.
But yeah, those are mine. I didn't even give Dax a chance because there were 3 good ones right up top. So I was just like, I'm done.
Well, Dax is just
It's all acoustic guitar. There's no
it's
vocals.
it's just there's no vocals in it. It's just
Okay.
acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
Let me click on this bad boy right here.
Okay. While you do that, Kl7ch, you want to go or you want me to?
You go ahead.
Okay.
So first of all, I like where it's going.
Mhm.
I just don't like that he's dressed like every college douchebag that says he doesn't drink that much, but he beats his
Look,
girlfriend after one
look.
beer.
Oh my god.
Wait, are you listening to the Lucifer cover?
No, the acoustic.
No.
Dax.
Because-
Oh, okay.
The Dax.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was about to say you
Um,
got to watch the show to understand.
He looks like the guy that goes to every college party or like high school party. Let's say high school party.
Oh,
He's
jeez.
like way too old to fucking be there, and he learned like 3 songs on guitar and totally talks to underage chicks, but finds the one that's right on the border, and then they date for 20 years, have 3 kids, and he beats her every day, and then
my
she
God.
leaves, takes all of his money, and then he does stuff like this on YouTube.
So real quick, Zach said, but Tenacious D, AJ let us cover it, and then Bam Margera grew out of the regular Dick brand on Ass Cheek. I will say honestly, my top picks out of this is most. So obviously the original. Loved the way Jack Black and Kyle Gass did it with Tenacious D.
Dude,
It just
I just want them to do the whole song.
right. And then Corey Taylor blew my mind with that cover he did. Cake and Nash really did good with it. Lucifer, obviously got to give it up there. And Chris Clayford loved it. I will openly admit the Monday night when we were sitting here looking up covers, I sent that. We all started listening to this guy and we're like, what else has he done? And we went through and just
Mm-hmm.
it's
For real,
amazing
Zach.
what that guy
I
has
added
done.
him to my Spotify list. If that tells you anything.
But I will say the Dax Andreas, not bad. Did enjoy it. The Daughtry cover, I did enjoy it for the most part.
But
Him,
it's Daughtry.
it is Daughtry. The him cover, I feel like they tried, but
I don't
I
think
feel
their
like-
hearts were in it.
so the first part of it, I could feel it. I'm like, okay. And then like a quarter to halfway through, it just was like, okay, what happened? Like, yeah, it's the song, but you're not pushing the feeling, or you're trying way too hard for something and you miss the mark. So all in all, though, a lot of these were really fucking good. Definitely, in my opinion. So that's me. Kl7ch?
All of these were really good. Like, I'm not a fan of Daughtry. Did a good take on it. It's on the bottom of my list. The acoustic from Dax, that was really good. Just something that, if you wanted to strip it down, no vocals, something to have in the background, I'd probably listen to it multiple times. The original, I mean, it's great. It's a great song.
Yeah.
Then you start getting into like Tenacious D, Corey Taylor, and Chris Clayford. Like that's probably my top.
Gotcha.
I mean,
They're all outstanding covers.
yeah,
Yes.
Like captured the essence, but made it their own.
yes,
Can confirm.
100%. I liked the Lucifer cover. I'll have to listen to it probably more to feel it.
I will say the YouTube video, you'd probably want to find a more better definition version of it, because it wasn't the best version of
Okay,
that.
that might be what I was getting. It felt off to me.
Yeah, because I listened to it earlier today, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like what I remember. So yeah,
And like, Kick and Nash, they again, they any one of like Kick and Nash, Chris Clayford, Corey Taylor, Tenacious D. I have no specific order for those four.
yeah,
They're at the top. The him one, I will piggyback off of Gunk. It felt like it just went flat,
yeah.
and yeah, it actually disappointed me, because that would have been a great different take from what all these that we had on this list this week.
Yeah.
Did I go through all of them?
I think that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all of them.
All right. Well, Zach's having fun in the chat. He said,
Oh, God.
Tenacious D just teased like a lot of songs, never reached the big O. I mean, Jack would probs make a good top. Kyle too. I don't know. That's a reach. Maybe around. God damn it, Zach.
Yeah.
He got you to say it though.
Yep, he got me to say it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has
Play it,
been
Caleb.
what?
You know what to play. You just talked about reach around.
Kl7ch's cover corner.
Let me try that one more time.
Wrap it around my dick.
There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and transition to our next segment here. No, I've ran out of. We only get a limited amount of soundboard in Discord, unless somebody pays for Nitro and then boosts the server. Then it'll increase the amount of soundboard buttons. With that, all right. Now it is time. It's going to start being a game to see how much I can make you laugh, smile per show. Hey, Zach, by all means,
Hey, we encourage it.
we encourage it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with this being a host-only episode, that means our next segment that we are going to do is the album discussion. As you all know, we go through albums, whether it's new ones or old ones. We find an album that we think would be a good topic to discuss.
I'll be dead honest with you. I didn't even listen to it. I totally forgot
That's
what
okay.
we were doing.
That's okay. I could talk about this album for weeks.
With that
Like I
being
told you.
said,
Super sleepy week.
all good. This week's album of choice was the newest release from the band Blink-182. It is the first album with Tom being back in the band. The album is called One More Time. It has had multiple singles released until they release the entire album. It is amazing, and I'm going to let Daddy go off now because she is just giddy and
Good.
jumping.
Chomping at
It
the
is-
bits.
So good. So good. The fact that we got a fucking Anthem Part 3.
Yep.
Like, I wasn't expecting them to do that. I thought, like, that Blink-182, that version of them, died.
Zach, I'm blinking 183 times now.
But, like, they gave us what we needed.
Yep.
They gave us... It still has that feel of old Blink-182. You know, the joking, the starting off songs funny, and then just going straight into the
So yeah, when I'm
music.
teaching masturbation, I just look at him and say, just have fun with it.
Yeah.
I fucking
But-
love that intro. That's fucking funny.
But they still managed to, like, make the song, like, modern, or the album modern,
Yeah.
and get super serious with it at the same time, even while they're having fun.
Yes.
Because when they dropped the first song they dropped on it off of this album was Edging.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were just like, eh. But when they dropped One More Time, I cannot stop listening to that one fucking song on this album.
That song, oh.
Can't agree.
It literally gives me goosebumps just listening to it. And the fact that Travis was the one that produced the entire fucking album. And even through his vocals on it, which we rarely get to hear his vocals.
That one was a trip. And it was amazing.
Like, this album is literally an emotional roller coaster. Because you're just like, haha, now I want to cry.
Yep. I mean, how the lyrics, it shouldn't take a sickness or planes falling out of the sky. I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
Because that's...
What? Hold on.
If you know your history on the band, you know about the plane crash, and you know about Mark Hoppus battling cancer. And I remember listening to an interview as they were talking about the album. Back when Tom left the band, Mark wanted nothing to do with him. He's like, I'm never sharing the stage with that guy again.
I mean, because Tom kind of turned into a dick, but I mean, like...
The minute they found out about his diagnosis, Tom looked at him and said, whatever you need, we're going to get you through this. You're going to be fine. And I think that really rekindled them. But Zach said the album hits all emotional inputs. He said, I mean, the fucking album is a fucking band life story and fucking movement. And
really is.
Yeah.
Even the music video for One More Time.
Yeah.
Like, watch the music video because the entire backdrop is them going through all of the music videos that they've put together. I think at one point the backdrop turns into fucking TRL in a couple of their live shows.
Yep. And Zach said Mark Hoppus is a big muse for his own fight. Like, no joke. And definitely, man. Definitely. You're going to get through this.
Mark Hoppus is just all around. I put him up there with Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I put him up there with Dave Grohl.
Zach said, makes me want to be a smart Hulk or a skinnier version of musical Shrek. God damn it, Zach.
Get out of me, swamp.
But I will...
Somebody else talk.
I will say, listening to the album from beginning to end multiple times, it definitely has that, familiar old Blink-182 sound from, the earlier albums.
Yep.
Before Tom left. And you can definitely tell, obviously it's not the old Blink.
No.
Because, I mean, you can hear Tom's trying to do that old voice that he had, but obviously time has not been kind. So his voice has definitely changed. He could still hit those notes. And I feel like Tom's voice now is almost better suited for the music. It was weird to me at first hearing Tom's voice in the music now, knowing how he used to sound, but the album itself is just amazing. The message, behind it of coming back together with the song One More Time, and just the funny parts that they put in there. If you've ever heard Blink-182 albums, there's always one track, and it's not long. It's like maybe 30 seconds at best. It's a small little track, but it's always funny and it catches you off guard. And I feel like it's one of those that it's like, hey, are you still listening to the album? I really enjoyed
that
it.
one threw me the fuck off when I was driving. I was like, wait, what just happened? And I was like, oh, that's what happened.
Yep. Zach said, as Little Nicky would say, you're goddamn right. So, Kl7ch, what are your thoughts on this album?
I only got to listen to it one full time. And I mean, there's 17 songs on this album, so
Yeah.
that's a lot to pack in, and that was like one drive. So I will be listening to it more in depth. But like Daddy pointed out, the one that like really stood out and caught me was One More Time.
Because it's so good.
Yeah, I don't think I can like really say anything more than what you two have already said with this album. Like I'll probably have more of a opinion on it after I get more time under it.
Okay.
Honestly, like this will be the last thing I say, but it's very seldom that I go out and buy albums anymore just because I have every song I want right there on my phone already. This would be one I would go out and purchase a physical hard copy.
Not to put a shameless plug or anything, but I haven't bought an album in probably 10 years up until Saturday night.
Don't talk about that album.
We're not talking about that, Zach. We're not going into that. But Kl7ch, yeah. So Kl7ch did recently buy a CD. It was the recent release I talked about. Yeah. All right. Well,
I do One More Time right now.
Ooh.
What?
Really good.
Right?
Right?
Oh,
This is very
It's so good.
Like, are you watching the music video for it too?
No, I'm just
Oh.
listening to it. I'll probably watch the music video later.
Okay. You just
But I had Spotify like right there. So
okay. Just make sure you have
So
tissues.
fucking good. It's so good.
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
this
I have
it's
goosebumps
making me
just thinking about
watery
it.
eyed.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck.
It's very good.
It is
It's
good.
very good. There's not a lot of songs that hit me like that, but like just at the beginning, the somber tone of it, I was like, oh, I gotta get ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
was
deep
like-
breaths. Deep breaths.
Yeah, I was like, I was listening to it, and like the first few lyrics, I was like, oh,
Okay,
Oh,
AJ.
buddy.
no, man, this is a deep fucking song. dude.
Yes.
It is.
It's
Shit the
so
bed,
good.
dude.
It is their best song on that album.
Yep.
The whole album's good, but that song is like number one. Probably gets played the most right now.
Yeah, no, dude, there was
second most.
references to old songs, references to old music videos, all kinds of shit on there. Holy shit, no, it's very good.
Right?
Yes.
It is an amazing album. So again, that was Blink 182 One More Time, the entire album. Definitely go check it out, give it a listen. It's on YouTube. It's across all streaming platforms. Go out, listen to it, watch the music videos. It is that good. I think that does it for our album discussion. Yes.
Blink will always have a special place in my heart.
Yes. All right. With that, let's go ahead and transition to our next topic here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our little thing. Huh?
So I think I'm about to call it a night. I am struggling over here.
Okay. Well, let's see if you've got something for this. It is time for our Pass the Talking Cock segment. This is where I give each host a chance to...
pee.
Well, we're going to give Daddy a chance to go pee while I explain this. For those of you who are new to the podcast, new to the YouTube channel, this is our segment where we give everybody a chance to tell a funny story. Whether or not it's music related, doesn't matter. But that's what we're here for. So I know AJ is getting ready to head out. He's spinning his horns. He's feeling a little horny right now. Oh, there it goes. So
Like
I'm
a
going to
duck
grab...
penis.
I'm going to grab this guy. This is our signal that it is time for Pass the Talking Cock. This is my blue rubber chicken with a guitar and a mohawk. I know it picked up on my mic through there. He's got a little Pac-Man arcade. Please tell me that works.
It does.
That is amazing, and I am jealous now.
Fucking awesome.
So, AJ, I know you're getting ready to hop off so you can head to bed.
Oh,
Do you have... Oh, okay. Do you have any stories for us?
I'm gonna wait for you guys.
Oh, okay.
We'll do our usual, where I hang till the end. This is
Kl7ch.
like-
Oh,
Oh well, we got music news, but
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Kl7ch, do you have a story for us, buddy?
Thinking. He's
You're gonna have to,
buffering.
yeah, I was about to say I'm buffering here. You're gonna have to come back to me.
God damn it. Now I got to think real quick. Hold on. Son of a bitch. Do I have a funny story?
Always talk about your kick pedal, fucking.
Okay, I got two then. So the first of these two stories, this was Friday night that it happened, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So we're in the middle of a set. Now, I'm going to grab it for visual representation here so you guys can understand.
Make sure you blur it out for YouTube.
Daddy came back and all she heard was you're gonna grab it.
Yep. Hold on. Let me set these down so I can grab this real quick. Hold on.
Oh, drums.
So, and I'm going to grab my headphones so I can hear you guys as well. So, for those of you who don't know, this is what is called a dual kick pedal. There are two pedals, two beaters. The way this is designed...
Or, never mind.
What?
Beating off.
This is for the kick drum. So as you can see right here, there is a spring mechanism with a threaded bolt and two locking mechanisms on it. These are so that there is tension for when the person... Fuck you. When the person pushes the pedal down, the tension...
Why the hell did I feel like that was Alexa talking for a minute?
I don't know. So it allows this to happen. In the middle of our set, we have a song called As He Dreams. This song requires me to use a lot of double kick pedal, mainly for the fill section. 1 second.
What are you doing?
All right. So, I don't know what happened. Two things happened in the middle of this set. One, my drumstick snapped clean in half. I go to start doing this song with the fills. My foot is slamming against the ground. Nothing is happening. I look down at the end of that song, and the bottom thread had loosened. So there was no tension. It wouldn't move. There's nothing more embarrassing for a drummer when you're trying to do a double drum roll or a double bass drum roll, and you're only getting one hit on the bass drum. It's not pleasant. So always make sure to check your equipment when you go to perform, especially if you notice something funky. The problem is it's in the middle of the song. Like, it had worked fine on the other two before it, but that one song, for some reason, I guess it was just the vibration and loosened it. The other story I have real quick for story time, and AJ is petting the kitty. Yes, Zach, I know I don't know what happened, but I made sure the following night, Saturday night, that it did not happen. I double-checked the tightness of both bolts. My other story for story time happened 12 years ago. And this is what should not be done to band members in a band. I was in a group that decided that it would be a good idea to set my armpit hair on fire and then turn around and corner me in the kitchen of the warehouse we were in and take a pair of vice grips and grab a hold of my nipple and lock the vice grips. And for those of you who I'm sure are questioning it, no, it was not the side with what you all call the third nipple. It was on my scarred one.
You're gonna go.
Thank you for clarification.
You're welcome. So, yeah, if you're in a band the armpit hair thing was, one thing, but the vice grips, that was something I was not okay with. And I should have taken that as a key sign of maybe this isn't the right group. So yeah, if your bandmate tries to corner you in a kitchen with a pair of fucking vice grips, channel locks or something, and is trying to grab your nipple, maybe not the right band to be in. Just food for thought.
Ow.
But
Oh,
anyways,
shit.
that's my story time. Anybody else got anything?
Kl7ch, are you done buffering?
I'm always buffering. You should never ask that question.
Has the porn loaded?
Wrap it around my dick. I don't have a story about me. I do have a story about a coworker, and I can give a fuck less if he watches this.
Oh.
I work for the city. I'm not gonna say what city.
I know which one.
I know.
The
I don't.
city just recently sold a piece of property that we were using as storage. So the last couple of days we've had to clean out everything. Well, one of my coworkers was using the mini stand-on to make it easier.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow flipped this 800-pound machine on its side. Don't ask me how. I was not present when this happened.
Okay.
I was doing something else. And I get a call that, hey, we need the backhoe. First, I was told to smash down the dumpster so they can get more shit in it. Cool. So, I can't drive the backhoe right now because of my motherfucking boot on my foot. I would lift my foot up, but my boot's not on. So I had to wait for somebody to come to the shop so I can follow them with the backhoe.
Oh, shit.
We get there. We smash the dumpster. I'm waiting in the truck. My other coworker goes in. And I guess the coworker that flipped the machine comes out and says, hey, he told me to have you run me back to the shop to grab the tractor. It's like, why do we need the fucking tractor? Now I'm fucking confused. I was like, all right, whatever. Fucking take him back to the shop, get the tractor.
Mm-hmm.
I follow him back to this building. I park again, and now I'm waiting for the coworker that was in the backhoe so I can follow him back to the shop because we were supposedly done. 10 minutes, 15 minutes goes by. I'm like, where the fuck is this asshole? Pull the truck around to the other side of the door. I see people, but I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I decide, fuck it. Get out of the truck, boot and all.
Mambo!
Walk up these fucking rusted ass steps that I really thought my fat ass was gonna break. Not even 2 steps into the bay door. I look to my left. I see the tractor in this building now with a chain trying to pick this machine up.
Oh, fuck.
It took myself and 2 other coworkers standing on the back of this tractor as counterweights to get this back on its fucking tracks.
Bruh.
And then proceeded, once it finally got back on its tracks, that the ass end of this tractor was going to slam down. And hold that thought. I will show you what happened.
Oh, fuck. We're getting a visual demonstration, ladies and gentlemen. Wait for it. Wait for it.
If he comes back with a toy backhoe, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Wait.
Fuck off with your crickets, bitch.
All right, so what's the visual demonstration you have for us?
Most of you know what a boot looks like.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's my boot. if you can look closely, how the padding of this boot is destroyed
Oh, Jesus.
is because that fucking tractor slammed me down on the ground.
Oh.
Didn't hurt, but it fucked off my boot.
Oh, no.
So now
Jesus Christ.
I'm probably gonna get yelled at by my physical therapist tomorrow.
I wonder why. Mumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get it upright. This thing had been laying on its side for 40 minutes. You can think, not being upright, all the fluids and everything, it wouldn't start. It's still stuck in this building.
Oh, shit.
We brought the Bobcat, big O skid steer. I almost died by this machine. Because the ramp, you had maybe a stack of papers on each side to go up the ramp and then make a 90-degree turn into the building. When he did that turn, he did not pick up his forks, and they caught the ledge of the concrete, and it shot a piece of concrete like that big right past my head and into the trailer that I was standing next to.
Holy
30
shit.
feet away.
Damn.
Needless to say, we got the piece of machine out of the building. And I'm probably going to have to do an overhaul on it tomorrow.
Oh, jeez. Zach said, that's a nice boot. Throw the boot at him. He said, definitely sounds like Tulsa or Salina.
Salina.
And then just another tidbit. This morning, I had a OMAG meeting, which is just training bullshit. I backed into a light pole in the work truck.
Buddy. Not okay.
Came out of nowhere, man. Fucking jump behind him.
It actually did, because
There's bad as fucking deer in Oklahoma.
it's one of our newer trucks, and all the poles downtown are black. They're not normal light poles.
Why they
They're
gotta be
fancy
black?
black fucking poles. This one, I got lucky. I got real lucky. This one and the one in front of me had caution tape around them because they're getting pulled and replaced. I pull up to try and get the closest walking distance to the training room. And when I was backing up, the pole is like, here's my mirror, and this is the pole right outside of my mirror.
Oh, shit.
I don't drive this truck normally. It's my coworker's truck. So the mirrors are set to him, not me. As soon as I hit the pole, I literally changed the mirror, and I was like, oh, look, there's the pole.
Oh, fuck.
And then as we were in the meeting, I texted my boss. Because he was sitting right next to me. I texted my boss and sent that, and he didn't see it for probably the first hour of the meeting. Went to check his phone, read the message, looked at me, and was like, the fuck? In the middle of the meeting. I was like, yeah, it happened when we got here.
Zowie.
Technically, it
Ironically,
was before the meeting, so
ironically, Kl7ch, read the chat. I'm not going to read it out loud. Go ahead and read the chat with Zach and
Oh, yep, I see it.
Yep. Oh, fuck. The truck.
Zach, you are correct. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep. I've removed the chat from the live stream and the recording, so no, viewers, you will not see what he is talking about there, unfortunately. You're just going to have to watch the live streams to see what happens in our chat.
Bitch.
Giggity.
Daddy, do you have a story for us for this week's story time? No? Okay.
I've been sitting here trying to rack my brain, but I ain't got shit.
You ain't got
My
shit?
life's pretty boring.
Oh, apparently Zach knows who you work with.
He does.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Knows who I work with?
We
No,
good
Clutch. Oh, shit. Oh, wait, is that a new nickname? Clutchy?
Oh my god. No.
Clutch you poo.
Please no.
All right. AJ, what do you got for us, buddy?
I got a twofer. I got
Okay.
a funny one and a serious one.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Serious one first.
Serious one first? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, this is a story about don't rush your coworkers.
Yeah.
Okay. So, helping them speed up, get a little faster, that's fine. That's my approach. I am a lead at my job. I do these things. Someone starts out slow, that's fine, man. I get it. It's new. You're new to this. This is all new to you. I'm going to show you how to do it. A couple weeks go by. Hey, man, let's try to get a little faster. It's taking you about an hour to do this. Let's try to knock it down to like 50 minutes. You know, like steady times. Knock 10 minutes off of it. I'll show you how to knock 10 minutes off of it. Okay. Well, when I first started doing my career, I will not say particular names or companies, but we were working in a dispensary. We were putting in ductwork for this dispensary. 2 jumper boxes, 12-inch ducts. If no one's ever met me, I'm only 5'8". I'm not very tall. I do have a pretty good wingspan, but a 12-inch duct takes up half of my wingspan. So we're up in the attic, rafters, whatever you want to call them, of this place, right? Bingo wings.
No, he said like dispensing donuts. Zach.
Sure, we'll say that for legality reasons. But we're up there. We're doing the duct work for this place because we have to put in 3 mini splits, filtration systems, all kinds of stuff just to make sure that donuts are rising properly. So we're up there, right? I'm in school at the time for this stuff, for HVAC. My teachers drilled it into our heads. Your job is 75% thinking about it, 25% doing it. And I stick to that philosophy. So, I am up in this attic, right? We got 1-inch thick plywood for the ceiling. 1x4s, lumber across, like rat runs across, holding all the plywood up, and 2x4s that we can walk on.
Mhm.
The 2x4s are spaced out about 5 or 6 feet apart, with small sections in between that we can crawl across. It's only a 2x4 to get to another 2x4. So I'm at a spot with the jumper box. That's probably about 2 foot by 3 foot. It's got several 12-inch taps on it. I have 3 12-inch ducts with me, and I'm sitting here in a safe spot, looking at it, thinking to myself, how can I do this safely? Because I am told not to stand on the 1x, do not stand on the plywood. Now, note that I am in the attic of this building. It is about 15 to 20 foot in the air, concrete floor. I'm looking this over, trying to find the safest way to do this, to be productive, but also not hurt anyone or myself. My lead at the time is asking me, what's taking so long? I said, I'm trying to think about how to do this. I want to make sure. No, this person was going to the same school as I was. I want to do this safely. I don't want to get hurt today. So, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about it. I'm only sitting there for 2 minutes. And they tell me, quit fucking thinking about it and just fucking do it. So I'm like, all right, whatever. They want it done. So I just start working, whatever. Just get it done because they're bitching already. I get one hooked up and I put the zip tie on and I snap it. So what a lot of people know, you work a zip tie, you put the one end into the harness end, and then you pull, and then you cut the end off. Baby, shut up. My cat's over there going, wow, in the hallway, like the deep, creepy cat meow. And so a panduit is a giant zip tie. It's about this long, about like a half-inch thick. They're huge. They're used to hold ductwork and other bigger circular items. So when you crank those things down all the way, because you have a little tool called a panduit gun, it cranks it down, gets as tight as possible, and then it has a little silver thing on the front that clips off the end. So I'm sitting there doing that, and I hear the snap of that clipping, and then I hear a pop underneath my feet.
Uh-oh.
So hold on. Just to kind of give context to the whole thing. So imagine that where I'm at, goodbye, mouse.
Goodbye.
Imagine where I'm at is an attic that is only about 4 foot high. So I'm like this already in this attic. I am standing like this, trying to do duct on this side on a 2x4 that I'm supposed to stand on a 2x4 under my feet. But this foot is on 1-inch plywood.
Oh no.
And that's the one holding my weight. So the one holding most of my weight, I'm not a very light guy. The one holding most of my weight is on the most dangerous part. So I hear a pop. My immediate thought is, "Get these fucking nails are popping loose." I go to pivot my weight back onto my left side so I can pull my leg over to a 2x4 that's next to me. And when I do, this foot slips onto the corner of the plywood.
Oh no.
It snaps. The plywood breaks free. I throw my hands forward trying to catch something, but I end up smacking it down onto the plywood that has a bunch of penny nails in it. Cuts up my arms. Luckily not deep. It was just like when I smacked down on it, that was the puncture. And then me falling bent all the nails away from me. I go down 15 feet. I land like this. These are my heels on concrete. My knees hyperextend, tear the muscles on the sides of my legs. Somehow, I don't know how I did it, but on the way down, as I was falling, this arm went to catch my fall, and this arm went behind my head. So when I hit the ground, my head bounced off my arm instead of the concrete, and this arm elbow dropped the concrete trying to break my fall. So I had a huge knot, probably the size of a fucking pickle jar cap, and about 1 inch tall off of my arm, full of blood. And I had a huge bruise on the back side, or like on the front and the back of this arm from where my head hit my arm and the concrete. I immediately stand up after hitting the ground. I have a busted e-cig with glass all in my pocket, my back pocket. My glasses are halfway across the room because when my head hit, my glasses flew off my head. And what was it? I had a knife in my pocket that I got lucky when I hit the ground. It went outward and went through my jeans, and it was hanging on by the handle through the hole instead of going into my thigh.
Yikes.
I did have one staple in my leg, though, because when I hit the ground, the knife flew out, and the staple gun I had in my pocket went off and stuck one into the side of my leg. Not very far, superficial, didn't bleed. It just like came right out. But I immediately stood up and started walking around, and the lead, who told me to rush, was the first person to come over. Oh my God, are you okay? I'd be like, yeah, I'd be fucking fine and still up there if you didn't rush me. And as soon as I say that, I collapsed to the floor because all my adrenaline went out and my knees buckled.
Ooh.
So I had to drag myself to a spool that was sitting there and sit down, and like I was trying to massage my legs. And as I did, I could feel the knots like through my legs where the muscles had become so strained from the hyperextension. That is why you don't rush your coworkers. I could have easily gotten a life-changing injury. I did get a life-changing injury. Not a bad one, but one that still affects me to this day. If you ever see me like have to get down on my knees to like get something, you will see me grab something to pick myself back up because I can't just pick myself up anymore because I fucked up my knees. That's been 3 years. And if I am down too long working on an AC, I've had to have my helpers come help me get up because I can't pick myself up anymore.
Zach asked, did you yell like back in the day?
Probably. I don't remember. It was a blur. Literally, it felt like the longest 2 seconds of my life.
Oof.
Like, you know, you have those moments where you see like a car coming at you and everything just kind of goes slow motion.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, fuck, this is happening. As soon as my feet left like the plywood and my feet went through them, everything stopped. It was probably one of the most terrifying moments I've had in my life. It took me a year to be able to climb up a ladder.
Damn.
But I finally got over it. Now I run through rafters and shit all the time.
He said then you got to call his big brother Zach. He'll carry his little ass like Yoda. That's when he gets on his knees.
Mhm.
I'll put long ears on him and tie him to my back.
Jesus Christ.
Strong with the force, this one is.
Oh, God damn. All right,
But,
so what's your funny story?
So, funny story is I had a group of guys that I used to hang out with in high school. If they ever watch this, they will know this story because it's fucking hilarious. So we had one friend that always download a random adult documentary
Porn.
on their phone. Yeah. So,
Just say porn. It's okay.
and you know, as dudes, sometimes you sit there and you'll watch porn with your friends. No one's jerking it, everyone's watching it. Me and one of my other buddies used to Mystery Science Theater 3000 porn. We'd watch it and try to anticipate what's gonna happen. Let me tell you, it's not a surprise what happens at the end.
It's never a surprise.
But
well,
anyway,
for us at least.
so this is kind of like a twofer story because it happened in the same day. My buddy is downloading one and he's watching it, and me and my other friend, we're sitting there just talking about what we're gonna do in the day, and we hear him fucking losing his mind laughing. And we're like, what the fuck? And he comes in, he's like, you guys gotta watch this. And I'm like, oh God, what kind of porn did you download now? And he's like, okay, watch, right? And he turns his phone and goes back to the beginning, and it's the whole like casting couch approach where they're talking to the person, but the camera is like right here. Like
Oh
you
my
can see
God.
their face. Like it's super fucking close to them. And then I'm gonna stand up and just like do it. She's standing there talking, beautiful woman, stuff, right? They're talking about all kinds of stuff, and then you just see this in the corner by her face. Hold on, I gotta get prepped. All you see is this. Like this hard dick in pants slide into the corner, and Chris, his name is Chris. One of them's Chris, the other one's Brad. They don't care. This is a funny ass story. Chris is fucking losing it. I'm dying of laughter. So is Brad. We're like, what the fuck is that? And he was like, he rewinds it and goes back to it. He's like, yeah, they're sitting there talking to this bitch, right? And then this guy just slips in like, hey, you want some coffee? And I'm like, God damn it, man. So later on, we are driving I have a AM/FM transmitter in my fucking truck,
Oh,
and my
no.
friend's a sociopath. Decides to hook his phone up and play the rest of that. So I'm like driving, and I'm like, the fuck are they doing? And stuff like that.
Hey,
I
you
got
want
no-
some coffee?
Hey, you want some coffee? It's like, you'll understand now. You've heard me say that before. Now you know where the story comes from.
Yep.
So we're driving, and he's watching it on my friend's phone,
Oh,
right?
no.
The phone goes off, hooked up to my car speaker. He's got it fucking cranked. We're going 65 down the fucking highway. Like just someone getting railed. And his phone goes up. It's his mom calling.
Oh, no.
He rips the auxiliary jack out, answers the phone. Hey, Mom, what's up? In the background, after he rips it out, the AM/FM's like, oh, hey, there's no auxiliary. I'm just going to play the channel I'm on. All we hear is, Jesus, Jesus. I had to pull over because I had pissed myself and I was laughing. I love those guys so much. I'll have to find the video of the time Chris almost died because of a jumping jack firework.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a great one.
Well, I think
fun story. If you guys don't know, the jumping jack fireworks. I don't suggest this. I don't advise it, but it is fun. The jumping jack fireworks. You put them on the ground. They change colors and they go, ooh, and like bounce around for a little
Yeah.
bit. If you take
Yeah.
those fuckers and chuck them up in the air, they will fly.
Yep.
You don't know what direction they're going, but they fucking fly, dude. Go
All
on.
right. Well, I think that does it for our story time here. So let's go ahead and transition to our final segment of the evening.
Hey, you want some coffee? Well, now that the last segment's coming up, I gotta bounce out of here. It's 11 o'clock. I gotta get some sleep
Alrighty, AJ.
so I don't fall through another fucking ceiling.
Well, we'll see you Saturday.
Hey, and don't forget, if you're
Saturday.
friends with me on Facebook or anything, you want tickets, I can write your name on them. Just send me the 15. I'll get you.
Yep.
And if you want, and you're a little worried about that situation, I can hold your ticket in my pocket. You text me when you're there. I'll come out. I'll go up to the front, hand it to them, be like, hey, they're about to come in.
Yep. We got you guys. AJ, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you Saturday.
Yay, yay! Later, you fucking nerds.
Bye. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's our final segment of the evening. This is our music.
thank God.
This is our music news area. Thanks, Zach. We love that. He said he might just buy a damn ticket ASAP anyway just to support us. Thank you, brother. All right. So we're going to kind of blast through these. First one we got here is Creed announces huge summer 2024 reunion tour with Summer of 99 and Beyond Festival. They are getting bands including Three Doors Down, Daughtry, Switchfoot, Tonic, Big Wreck, and Finger 11. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Let's see what else we got here. Nicolas Cage's son, Wes Cage, abandons black metal on solo song co-written with Breaking Benjamin member. Let's see here. He appears to be taking a different direction in his musical career, stepping away from the black metal band Eyes of Noctum and going solo with a new radio-friendly rocker called The Wolf, co-written with Breaking Benjamin guitarist Keith Wallen. Intriguing. Have to look that up.
Very, very intriguing. I'm not gonna lie. I just realized I was fucking muted.
Sir. Next one is, let's see, let me get this pulled up from Loudwire. Foo Fighters rock Saturday Night Live with correct Christopher Walken intro. Dave Grohl appears in 2 sketches. Apparently,
Fighters.
Christopher Walken finally said the band's name correctly when he introduced them back in 2003. Both Walken and Foo Fighters appeared on SNL, and as Girl's famous story goes, Walken asked the group if the accent was on Foo or Fighters, to which they clarified the accent is on Fighters, actually. Lo and behold, Walken did his best to nail it, yet still mispronounced it as only he could. Fast forward 20 years to last night, Walken redeemed himself by welcoming the sextet with an overt emphasis on getting it right this time, which he did much to the audience's delight. Let's see. Next up. So, you guys probably remember us talking last week about the band We Came as Romans canceled a show due to security concerns. Well, the venue finally offered a statement. Let's see here. So the representatives from the music hall issued their statement, stating to all concerned, response to the events of October 22nd. Many of you read and or commented on events that took place on that date. We do not feel that what has been presented is a fair representation of the event of that evening as a whole. We want to start by apologizing to the patrons who spent their hard-earned money on tickets to what should have been a fun night of catching their favorite bands. We are sorry that your night was cut short. Kind of scrolling through this to see, okay. As venue operators, we want to address many of the concerns and accusations. Cool. On Sunday, members of our staff, a representative from our co-promoter, and a tour manager had a routine security meeting addressing the game plan for the night. The club was staffed by 10 security personnel, a more than adequate number for the size of the crowd anticipated. 3 at the main entrance, 1 backstage, 3 behind the barricade, and 3 floaters roaming the ballroom floor. We were informed that moshing was to be expected and anticipated in a show like this, not unlike many other shows of the same nature that have been at this hall. It was decided that security would first handle incidents with a focus on de-escalation and warning patrons rather than removing an unruly patron from the venue. This is the manner in which FET security has handled matters such as this many times in the past. Through the first half of the show, things ran smoothly and no one was removed from the venue for moshing. Patrons were enjoying the music, dancing, having a good time. Our security had issued multiple warnings to one patron who had been involved in multiple altercations with other concertgoers. Unfortunately, during Body Snatcher's set, the patron who had received multiple warnings became involved in another altercation with other attendees. At this point, due to several warnings this individual had received, 5, the security determined this patron needed to be removed from the venue and became involved. Rather than allowing security to do its job, it was at this moment that several members of the touring party then inserted themselves into the situation without what we believed to be the appropriate context as to what was taking place and why. A member of the touring party then whispered something into the band's ear, and Body Snatcher then decided to end their set and yelled, "Fuck security, we are done here," into the microphone as they walked off stage, further angering the crowd and directing their anger towards FET security, placing members of our security in an unsafe position. Members of our security and members of the touring party became involved in a heated argument. A few minutes later, FET was advised that We Came as Romans and Amir were not going to go on stage, and the show was effectively over. I feel like there should be more. If you're claiming there was an altercation, outline it. I don't know. Next, another Loudwire. Courtney Love reveals tentative timeline song teasers for first album in 13 years.
Nobody wants it. She can go away.
Apparently, the whole front woman recently reactivated an unofficial TikTok account, using it as a platform to tease some of the new music she has in the works and to reveal that she has a tentative timeline for the release of her in-the-works new album.
Still don't want it.
Yep. So, we'll have to see.
Maybe it's her confession.
One can only hope. Oh, going back to a band we talked about earlier. Blink-182 play a secret show at Denny's. Live up to the classic meme, "What the fuck is up, Denny's?" And
Denny's.
there's quite a bit of footage. If you guys go to loudwire.com, you can find the article. It is still up. It was published on the 27th of October, and there is some footage there. Last two we have here. Longtime LA Guns drummer Steve Riley dies at 67. For those of
Didn't
you,
hear that.
he died on Tuesday, October 24th. In a statement, they revealed, "We are devastated to share that Steve Riley has passed away at the age of 67. He had been battling a severe case of pneumonia for several weeks. On Tuesday, he succumbed to his illness." Let's see. So he was in LA Guns. He also was with, what was the other groups? He did a short stint with Keel and another with Wasp before landing in LA Guns, right as the group were starting to make their mark. So, yeah. R.I.P. Last article here is from RollingStone.com. The title of the article is here, Bob Dylan's stunning surprise cover of Leonard Cohen's Dance Me to the End of Love. Apparently, this is the first time Dylan has played a Cohen song live since 1988, when he became the first major artist to cover Hallelujah. I have not looked it up. Gnome was not happy with this. He said stunning is not the correct word. It's Bob Dylan. Quoting Gnome here, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
All Gnome's fault.
It's all Gnome's fault. But at this point, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the podcast, and I can tell by Daddy's face she is ready. What the fuck do you have in your mouth? That is an awkward statement, but what are you eating?
LSD.
Nice try. What are you eating? Oh, mints?
LSD.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you all so much for joining us this week. Like we said earlier at the beginning of the podcast, the fourth annual Shit Show, or as properly called, Super Hits in Tulsa Show, is this Saturday night, November 4th. Doors at 7, show at 8. You can hit up any of the bands. That was Red Letter Zealot, The Bad Jokes, Terror in the Hidden City, Off Division, and Harakiri. Hit up any of the bands. You can also hit us up individually here in the podcast, because one of them will reach out to us, say, hey, so-and-so wants a ticket. $15 before the day of. Huh?
I said, we got you.
Yep. It's $15 before doors as of 7 o'clock. If you show up and you want to buy tickets, it's going to be $18. So hit up the band. Save that $3. Use it to buy you a drink. Buy some merch. Come check us out. For those of you watching here on Facebook, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Make sure to hit that like button. Share the video with your friends. Share the page. Let's keep the likes rolling in. Follow it. We go live every week. Next week, we will not be live on Wednesday. Next week, we will be live on Saturday. It's going to be a special episode. Should I say who we're having on or make them wait?
No, just wait.
Make 'em wait.
That's next week?
That's next week, next Saturday. So be sure to tune in next Saturday, because that's when we'll be going live. That does mean that the YouTube video will be uploaded later, so just a heads up. And speaking of YouTube, for those of you watching here on YouTube,
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck up.
You're
And
adopted.
she's so aggressive tonight.
I'm so tired.
In reality, though, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching on YouTube this video, make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Comment your favorite part. Hell, even comment any of the top 3 answers you have. And make sure to hit subscribe. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. And, I mean, you're here watching the video. You might as well do it. So, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We have had fun, but it is time for us to go. So, with that, we are going to get out of here. But we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Go to sleep.
You want to say anything to him before we go, Kl7ch?
No, they could just go the fuck away.
Go to bed. Go to sleep like a normal human person. Bye.